Well, hello Pioneers, Commander Plater here, and welcome to today's live stream. I hope everyone's doing very well. You having a good day? It's Thursday, isn't it? It's Thursday? Yeah, feels about right. Now, I'm going to start off by doing something exceptionally British. I'm just going to briefly talk about the weather. Weren't those insane storms? Did you see that rain yesterday? It was absolute madness. Cats and dogs it was raining. Crazy. Or something similar to that, I guess, is what I might say. But yeah, mental. Had some really good thunderstorms yesterday here in the UK, and honestly, I am hoping for the same later on today, which I think should be happening. Yeah, should be happening. Should be good. Fingers crossed. But right, today in Satisfactory we are working on something big. Hence the Mega Factory project title. I've been doing some work on it previously, and to give you kind of an idea of what we're doing, I've got a look at the map. So over here you can see we have got a series of train stations. Now all these train stations are designed to bring in a single type of resource. So the idea being is that I'm going to pull in all the resources from around the map and have them come into a single place. 12 freight train containers worth of stuff per resource type. Where possible. Obviously there might be some where we don't quite have enough of the resource on the map to do that, but I'm hoping that won't be too much of an issue. We'll have to see how that goes, at least. So you can see a train coming in here. This isn't the iron train. So iron is actually a very easy pickup. It's just in one place. So for me, that was not too bad. We're building out over in the north or east desert. Then we've also done copper. We've taken care of already, and we're currently working on Criterium. So what I'll do is I'll head over to the actual factory and give a bit of a tour. S&T, hey, how you doing? I will admit, I'm going full creative mode. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Thankfully, we've just had an autosave. That's awkward. Sorry, excuse me. Hey Alan, how you doing? But yes, awkward death start off the stream. That is a classic me if ever there was. Okay, so yeah, Cynthia, I'm doing alright. It's definitely cooled off a lot here. Yeah, you know what? That sounds like Blame of Scorpius. That does. Hey, Scrub. Alan, we're in the I guess the early planning stages of said factory. I think it's kind of early planning. There is some execution being involved as well. I don't mean me falling off the top of cliffs and stuff. We've got a real project on today. I'm hoping to finish off one line for sure and get a really good start in the next line of resources coming in. It's a project. So I've started a new save completely. I'm also doing full creative mode, like I said. So I've disabled some things to make sure that it works, and I can actually do the concept stuff like power requirement, for example, and also building materials. So essentially I can kind of free build. There are some exceptions though, so if I run out of stuff, like nobelisks or medicinal inhalers, or if I want to build a chainsaw, then I actually need the stuff myself. But all research is unlocked, so it should be fairly easy. So, this is one of the mega train stations. Oh, not again! Not again! Oh. Alan, can I build a huge fan? No. I cannot. It's not that kind of thing. Yeah, no more bees. So we've got the enemies turned off as well, so we can just be left alone. Just so whilst we build. And then what we'll do is we go back and turn everything back on again. Which I know seems like a bit of a cheat, but sometimes we don't have hundreds and hundreds of hours. Scorb, yeah. Yeah, you can. Okay, so this is one of the copper pickups I mentioned. So let's see where the train is for copper. Oh, it's all the way over there, so never mind. But yeah, there are actually trampolines in the game. And these giant pots of goo you can land in. So, the idea is that from all around the map, a resource gets collected. It gets pulled onto a single train line. And then from there, it comes and drops it off over there. Now what I will do, is turn the fog off. This is one of the things that really winds me up in playing Satisfactory, the fog. Because sometimes it means you just can't see a single thing. Because the fog, it's still early access, you know. It's not perfect yet. Alan, that sounds gross. So as you can see, this is where all the iron comes in at the moment from all of these miners from around this area, and they all come in, and they, if you watch this train come in here, and no, that wasn't the game. No, Scorb, it's not in VR. Otherwise, it would be insane. Absolutely insane. So this train is actually full already. I don't know if 4PEX would work for it, if that's something you're into. Great minds. And then basically what this would do is to pick up what's in there, drop it in there, and we'll take it over to the mega. Oh, that would be horrible, Alan. Panhole, hi, how you doing? So, this is where we come into the main train station. As you can see here, we'll have a little look at what we got going on. So, this is all the iron conveyor belts coming in. So everything gets stripped off and it's all going to come in on one central line for iron. We've done this for copper as well, which is all good, and that's all coming in. So copper's complete, iron's complete. I'm currently working on Caterium, which is used for advanced electronics and very handy for lots of different things. And then we'll do quartz. So for all of the solid materials that come in, resources, come in on conveyor belt, but then we've got a couple for the liquid resources, so that's water and oil. So water and oil. The pipework on these will need some pumps on, because you can only the head pressure, so something I have to consider, head pressure, is that the amount of pressure that any object that pushes out a resource, for example these train stations, they can only push out 10 head pressure, so they can only go up 10 meters. So it means that you need to, if you go above 10 meters up, then you need a pump. So for example this one here is 12, so actually it can't get the full pressure at the top. That's the idea. Hope that all makes sense. So yeah, everything's going to come in, and then we're going to have additional floors that go up where other stuff is made. and then we'll kind of pretty it up as we go. But I feel like showing how far the copper line goes, because the copper line it's pretty mental. It's a score, but it does have a max amount, so you either have head pressure or you don't. They don't have a negative pressure situation. I know what you're thinking. Could I have put everything on top? All the train stations on top? Problem is I don't know how big that's. I don't know how big it's going to be yet. Alan, that's a throwback. So we'll follow the copper off. And obviously this train's going faster because it's not carrying anything. But yeah, this is where copper goes. This beautiful lush foresty area. I quite like this area, it looks really nice. Try and keep the train as smooth as possible. I mean, technically this isn't the tourist line, so this is going out, and this is the edge of the map up here, so there's nothing there to build on, or build with currently. Yeah, Scorp, it kind of does. It's that's the biome. Although there's no ice biome. I feel like that's missing. I mean, everything out here is pretty much dead. Currently out in the air, no animals whatsoever. There's only slugs. But yeah, the copper line has a long way to go. Like that's it just coming in there for the first time since we started. So what I'm probably going to have to do is have multiple trains on the same line so that they kind of leapfrog each other and they keep it a bit more consistently flowing. So overall, conveyor belts are the most efficient way to transport stuff because it's constant. It's always at one rate, regardless of distance, it will be the same rate once the factory starts receiving it. But trains, on the other hand, look cool. So, what's a factory builder to do? I almost regret coming out this way, but we do need to come out this way anyway, because we'll have to swap over to the Caterium line, which is here, but we're not on the Caterium line, we're going to be on the copper line, which is down here, so we'll swap over. Hey Kuro, how you doing, fella? Now I'm going to say what is wonderful about the weather getting a little bit cooler is Clive can handle it so much better. Clive is my cat, if anyone watching and they don't know. He's a very fluffy cat. Kuro, this is the Mega Factory project where we're pulling in every resource from around the map and putting it all into one place using trains. So yes, that's the Caterium line we're just passing over the top of. Might need to do something about that line. So yeah, and then this is actually the very first. This is the first copper pickup point. Scorb, I think a lot. Oh, also Kura, this is a fresh start. This is a new save. Yeah. The interesting thing is with it, Scorb, is that you can't get an indication of how intensive it is based on how long it takes to do the autosave. When you initially start off, it's instant, like click, saved. But then you get to the point where it starts to slow down the more you build. Hey Vortex, how you doing? So we're going to switch over to the Caterium line down here. And as time goes on, there will be some more kind of crossover. But I'm building Caterium backwards. I think I'm building it backwards. So I've made things really difficult for myself. Yeah, Scorb, I went into my pocket dimension. And we should jump on the... Oh, change. But yeah, so one of the reasons why I like having the fog off is... Oh no, that didn't work. It's not a toggle? Oh no. Oh well, fog's off now. It's because otherwise you can't see any of this. You don't get to actually look around the map properly. Which, in a game like Satisfactory, the background looks so good. It's a lovely little beachfront journey. So you can see up there we've got a miner, that little orange thing behind the train. That'll bring it over to one of the platforms here. But what I'm having to do is I'm having to put all of the platforms in, and all the stations in first. Then I have to come back and change where the freight platforms are, because I don't know where the freight platforms will need to be yet. Alan, yeah. And contrary to popular belief, you cannot climb in a fridge and survive a nuclear blast, just so you know. And also, normally what would happen is the mist that you get, the fog, would cover the pop-in of things that you're seeing, so you wouldn't normally see that. Oh, excuse me, sorry guys. Yeah, there probably is at least 7. Okay, right, and then it's rough. It only works as well, Alan, if you are Indiana Jones. So, we are going, he says. I'm pretty sure over here. So I need to do a train line from here over to there. Then it's going to come up and then back into the train station. No, Scorb, it won't. I think you need at least a Pentium 166 for it to run. Now, the best way to get over there, so because that's where we're aiming for. So it feels to me like we could do almost a straight line, which is good. And away we go. What we need to check is how far away we can get with these things. Okay. Because the last thing you want is your rails to be too long. And that is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, we can reach from there. Come on. Alan, I think we are, yeah. What we need to do is a little bit of clearance. Just so I know where we're going. You can't bank them, no, Scorp. They that's one thing they insist upon, is that the trains remain flat. Although you can go up and you can go down, but they have a limit of how far you can go, so you can't really build a roller coaster or anything like that. You can get vehicles too. That's you don't just have trains. So I could potentially be driving around a lot of the time, but because I've got the jetpack, it is so much easier to not use the jetpack. Or to use the jetpack, sorry, and not use vehicles. Okay. Because, screw that tree in particular. Oh, the curve is going to be rough, I think. It's not going to be quite... I try and avoid curves in the train lines if I can. Although we're going to have to... We're already off where we're meant to go, because I don't think we can build over the black bit. No, we can. We definitely can, because I built over that before. Right, start bringing us in. Yeah, forget the trees, it's fine. Right, this will take us a little bit higher. Oh no, I thought we were at the top. We weren't. Oh god. Hey, Score, but at least he's not making tea in the microwave, eh? I understand that's how you really upset tea drinkers. So we're going off between the arch. Your latest heartbreak has put you off tea, Alan. I, do we need to do some like relationship counselling? Is that what we need to do? Because I'm here for you, man. Hey Patch, how you doing? I also love this game. I have spent so much time in it. It's ridiculous. I say ridiculous, but I also mean awesome. So Scorpio drinking spiced ginger tea. Okay. I mean, that sounds quite settling for the stomach. I will say that I actually quite like... and I've got to look around just to make sure no one else hears this. And this is just between us. I actually quite like lemon and ginger tea. If I'm going to drink a warm drink, that would be my preference. If I was going to have something. I don't think I need an intervention. I think maybe I need encouragement to play more. But yeah, don't tell anyone though about the tea thing, because otherwise people will start thinking I'm actually a Brit. I can't be having that. Everyone knows I'm fake. Right, I'm getting rid of these nasty, smelly gas plants. They cause us all kinds of problems by being gassy and smelly. Oh god, we've got so far to go. Straight lining it though, which is probably what we want to do. Oh, ish. I'm trying to avoid building on ground level where possible, because if I build on ground level, it causes me problems in the future, because it means that I can't go under. It gives me like a reduced number of choices for where I can then put things in the future. Alan, unfortunately, I can't really help you with that, because when it comes to Skyrim, I always build a character with the intention of being something that doesn't wear heavy armour. So yeah, and this is now in the way. This is in the wrong place. Trying to avoid things that wear heavy armour, and they all end up wearing heavy armour, but also being stealthy at the same time, using a bow and arrow and being expert enchanters. Every single one of them, without fail. Okay, for example, down here, we've got a lot of limestone nodes, and to me, limestone, well, lots of nodes being in one place plays in really well with the whole idea of the mega factory and the resource farm idea. Oh yeah, Alan, that's if you keep taking the money off of that, the archer dude, isn't it? And plus, you know, if you're just going to resto glitch as well, then you get into that, why are you even playing? What are you doing? But let's face it, we'll do it. Fine doll. Yeah, that's one. That guy. Okay. More like, do we need to blow something up now? No. No, we don't. Yeah, because that's 1, 2, 3 limestone nodes down here. And then there's one just off in the distance over there as well. So that's potentially just a single train station for 4 nodes. Depending on what quality they are. I think if we pad that one up a touch. And there we go. So I finally got the hang of train tracks in this game. For a while, I didn't at all. Oh no, I've done that wrong. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. So somewhere you can straighten the track out. There'll be like a magic point on it. So where I've pulled this in here, there'll be a place where I can actually get this train track straight before we start building. In fact, if what we do is we straighten up first. Alan, I'd be shouting choo-choo a hell of a lot, wouldn't I? I'm struggling to think of what benefit that would have to anyone. Yes, Corby can. There are some actually fantastic mods for it. Oh, that's a delivery. Misplaced is having something delivered. I don't ask questions. Yeah, you can. There's one where you can actually make a computer. So you can do some like essentially basic coding in it. And what you do is you build the computer piece by piece, and you can add more RAM, and you can add other stuff like that. And you can program different things so you get alerts if your power starts to run low, or you can set an alert so if you get down to 10% of what your total power for your factory will be left, then you get an alert and stuff like that, which is absolutely brilliant. Really smart that people have come up with that. Plus, the developers of the game, Coffee Stain Studios, really like people modding stuff. They actually showcase mods. But no, I do not think there is a Thomas the Tank Engine mod. But this ain't Skyrim, where you can turn all of the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine. Because why? Okay, well, you know, we're going to try and just build straight across. Because we're on a straight line, and like I said, straight lines are good. Giant bees. Hang on. Bees that are Thomas the Tank Engine? Yeah, the Macho... Yeah, the Macho Man mod. That's it's interesting. I'm reasonably sure that we're okay building across this. Because if you go too far from what's the intended play area, you start to take damage. Of course, if I mess one of these up, which is possible, and I fall to my death. Hey David, how you doing? We're building stuff again today, just not robots. Anyone remember when the last autosave was? What? Okay. Right, let's put the train track on. The old Skyrim thing. GameRanks put a video out this week, only this week, with the top best. The top best Skyrim mods that you can get, And I was like, oh my goodness, there's one of them that completely transforms the game. It's like 150 put together mods by a selection of content creators and stuff. And I'm like, oh, very nice. And they completely changed the game. So I might have to give that a go, because you've got to remember that all the mods that you can put in, Skyrim Special Edition, you can also put into Skyrim VR. And let's be honest, I mean, Skyrim VR isn't a great VR experience. But if it looked better, it'd be a different story. Yeah, David. We'll pretend physics isn't a thing. And that way, by pretending it's not, we should have a slightly more enjoyable time. Skyrim is 9 years old now. Isn't it older than that? Isn't it older? It's 10 years. Didn't it come out in 2010? Like, for me, very much, my life is split up into before I met Mrs. Plater and after. And I know I played Skyrim before, but we met 9 years ago. So actually, yeah, 11, 11, 11, right? Yeah, so it is. It is 9 years. Or maybe I was playing it. That's mental. I don't remember a time before Skyrim. I'm at that point now. Because obviously I played Oblivion and Morrowind. Morrowind, honestly, I don't know how. How did I enjoy Morrowind? Because I played it on Xbox, the first one, and I've been back and I've tried to play it recently because I've got so much nostalgia to it. Like the storyline being fantastic, and the fact that you're essentially, like Jesus in it. But I tried to go back and play it, and the gameplay's garbage. Like, it is utter garbage. The enchanting, no explanation, garbage. The combat, the fact that you can just select it to have the strongest attack all the time, so you don't need to worry. All you do is just stab with certain weapons or chop with choppy weapons. Garbage. How? And also, I think, aren't they doing? I mean, because the Xbox, what are they even calling the next Xbox? The Series X. They're just doing backwards compatibility. That's their solution. Instead of doing re-releases, which works fine. I mean, to quote Up Is Not Jump, you can literally just play it on a jelly at this point. Because there's been a couple of times I was tempted to get it for the Switch, but I don't play my Switch enough because I'm at home a lot. Right, where's this Caterium node? How close are we? We're not close at all because it's over here. But yeah, I completed Morrowind, and it was, you get to the point by the end of it where you're a god. You're an absolute god, you're a badass. I know it's here, because I'm using an interactive map. There's a website that has an interactive map that I'm using in order to work out where everything is. He says as he tries to find it. There we go. I will share. I will show this. Right, this is the interactive map. So I'm working my way over to here. I'm ignoring this one. because it's normal. I'd rather have a pure node because it produces more. And I've already popped something down there. So the nodes that I've gone for is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, and then I'll go for this one, 12. I guess. Oof. Ugh. But yeah, that's the plan. God, braining is hard. Do I not... Hang on, do I not play Animal Crossing? No! No, I don't. Right, let's come up here. Because I don't think there's much else over this way that I need to get. But already I'm like, this place is just covered in stuff. My game I like remastered the most at Star Wars The Old Republic. Sorry, Knights of the Old Republic. That's what I want. I think that would be a solid remaster. So it's there. So we do need to ideally cross the water. Yeah, we're gonna have to build out a bit, I think. But yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, that is one of my all-time games. All-time favourite games. And to be honest, that's old. That came out when I was in university. That's how old that is. Did that go in? Did that plug in alright? There we go. Yeah, there are some games where I'm like, I really wish this looked better. X-Wing TIE Fighter, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, those. But then again, we do have Star Wars Squadrons coming, which could do it. It could be the thing, but I don't want to get too much on that hype train and be like, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be incredible, whoa! But then it's an EA game. And, you know, it'll be what it is. And to be honest, the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games are still playable. I picked up the Star Wars collection on Steam. And it's... The only problem is that there's no roll. You got pitch and yaw. No roll in the controls, and the throttle doesn't for the HOTAS, because it almost works with the X52, almost, and then not so much. Actually, there is one game I would take a remaster of, and it's pretty specific. I don't know if anyone's played the Ninja Gaiden series of games. And I'm not talking about the ones on the NES. They were absolutely fantastic. Ninja Gaiden through to Ninja Gaiden 3 on the Xbox 360. Oh, Ninja Gaiden was on the Xbox. I loved it because it was hard. It was a hard game. Really, really rewarding when you finish a boss and you feel like a total ninja badass. So there's some platforming in there, but I absolutely loved it. And then when I talk about it, and no one's ever heard of it, and they go, "What is it like, Dark Souls?" So no, it's like itself. It is what it is. It doesn't have to be. And oh god, and I hate that phrase as well. It is what it is. It's its own thing. You know, it's not trying to be any other game. It is just Ninja Gaiden. Now, what I have to remember here is that where I'm building now, there's oil nodes really close by. So where there are oil nodes close by, I'm going to have to make sure I don't take up too much space with my building, so that we're able to actually get around it. I actually I've never played Dark Souls. And I'll say why I've never really played Dark Souls. And this is controversial, I'm sure. I think it looks crap. Like the graphics. Don't mind a hard game. Don't mind one-hit bosses. But I don't like the graphic style of Dark Souls. Colours are too washed out. The animations don't look very nice to me, and that's just personal preference. Because I've played The Surge, which is a Souls-like game, and that was hard. That was very hard. And The Surge 2, also very hard. But you know, I've played them a lot and I really enjoyed them. So it's not hard games I have an issue with, it's just I don't particularly like the graphical style of Dark Souls. Let's check the map. Yeah. I have not played the Untitled Goose Game. I'm aware of it. And it's not a Souls-like. This could either work really well what I'm doing now, or it's going to be absolutely horrible. I feel like honestly at this point it could be either, because if I can get high enough to get over this stuff, that'd be great. So I understand that basically you're being a goose, and you're a bit of an a-hole. And that's kind of the gist of it, is that you've got to try and steal stuff off people, or make them ruin things. Is that kind of thing? I do know that it kind of came out of nowhere, and the developer didn't know what to call it, and it was just called the Untitled Goose Game, but they couldn't come up with anything better. So the name stuck. Right, so we're not going to make it through, so we'll take it down a couple levels and head on through this way. Except, what is... can we get rid of that? Can I blow this up? No. Which... the train's going to clip it, and it's going to look ugly, and that's going to upset me. So like... I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So I'll take it down lower. Yeah, geese are jerks. Yeah, that's kind of what they do. Alan, and you have a scar from being attacked by a goose. You know, of all the people that I know, right, who could have a scar from being attacked by an animal, Alan, you would be the number one guy to have been attacked by a goose. It's not meant to be offensive in any way. It just kind of makes sense, you know? It just... Oh yeah. It's not a surprise. Have they all got degrees? I mean, if you were a goose, what would you take a degree in? Arseholeology? How to be the perfect goose arsehole? Now, about geese. My wife and I, many years ago, did something which on hindsight was probably a little bit cruel. Is we'd been out for breakfast and we'd been to the village diner in the town she's from, which to me was a total experience. I tried to do a pancake eating challenge. I failed miserably. But she just had like breakfast with omelette, home fries, and some bacon, whatever. And what was left over was some omelette. And on the way back to the house, we walked via the park, and I came up with the idea of like, oh, I wonder if geese will eat omelettes, which is really messed up. Geese won't, but you know who will? Seagulls. That's messed up. So, now you know the kind of person that you're watching on a stream. It's that one. Eric, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh god, what a time to revive during that story. Oh, pigs will eat anything. Something. Like bone, like butter, like bones, like butter, whatever. But I suppose technically it's not cannibalism, is it? Because it wasn't a goose egg omelette or a seagull egg omelette. It was just your normal chicken-based eggs. So I guess there's that. So I don't need to feel too bad, is what I'm going to say. Also, what I'll say is if you haven't already and you fancy it and you want to hit the like button on YouTube, please do. And if you are enjoying the stream and you fancy a follow or a subscription on the YouTubes, then please do as well. It's the one place where I can totally plug myself on my own stream, so why not? Oh yeah, and as Kuro has reminded me there, you can also join my Discord too if you like talking about games. Whether it be space games, building games, sim games, sim management games, all that stuff. Yeah, latest coral. No, I will admit, Satisfactory I really enjoy as a game because it's super chilled. Like, I feel super chilled out playing it. And there's never any sense of, I've got to achieve this, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. You know, it doesn't really happen. Mario Machine, thank you for the follow. Welcome along. There's no pressure. And you can just tinker and tinker for what feels like a million hours. You know what, Alan? I think I would. I really think I would. Often tired. Yeah, I do. I try not to do it too much though, because I don't know. I don't feel like it's super necessary. But at the same time, if anything has told us about YouTube is that it is geared around likes and interaction. So the more people interact with stuff, the more it gets shown to other people and all that jazz. So it's always nice. But like I say, YouTube is just a hobby, so I'm not too fussed. Even if it's just 30 of us hanging out on a Thursday afternoon, that works for me. Oh god, I'm gonna have to deal with this, which I don't think I've got a. I've got a gas mask, but I've got no filters for it, so this is gonna be fun. Poison gas clouds. They're not great. Because they will literally kill you. Right, we only need to get over here. I mean, was there like a really big bridge thing that I could have come across? Oh, hey Spooky, how you doing? Because there was like this big old rock bridge thing that I could have used that looks cool. Oh, that's pretty far away, so maybe not. Oh, that's all the way over there. So I'm nowhere near it yet. Top. Now here's something different actually that I am working on at the moment is myself and one of my good friends, we are working on deforestation? No. We are working on a podcast kind of based around pop culture. So ranging from movies to music to all kinds of stuff, which I'm going to be promoting fairly soon. So do keep an eye out for that. The idea hopefully being is it's something you can just pop on in the background whilst you're doing something else, hear us chat about some stuff. And that's going to be on a few different places. So we'll be on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor FM. It's all over the shop. He has actually joined me on stream before, when we were playing StarCraft. So yeah, should be interesting. Something just because I like talking about these things, and I feel like it would be good to get it out there. Right, let's check the map. We're still miles away from it. Still miles away. And we can use the bridge. The big old bridge. I need to get it so that it's not half in the ground though, because that's messing with me a little bit. So what we can do is we can just conveniently place a little rock. Obviously a lot of it's going to rely on how scratchy my voice is all the time, which I thought it was okay today, but it turns out it's not that great. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to just here. So we'll pass between these pillars, and we're just going to keep going across, get to over here, and then from there we're going to take it straight up the side of the map to here. God, why am I doing this? This is the exact reason why I built mini factories all over the place on my main, I guess it's my main game. Well, we need this weird bubble tree out of the way. So that's right, we're using explosives. Right. The big question is, where is this resource node? Oh, we are really far away. In fact, I can see it. Just over there in the distance. Is that it? No, no, that's something completely different. Well. Classic long boring bridge time. That's encroaching on others' clearance, but it's definitely not. Definitely isn't now. So what I try and do, as often as possible when I'm building these train tracks, is where possible, make sure they're lined up on a foundation. So even if I put a small length in like that, and then I bring this down, it's easy for me to get this lined up again to go in a straight line, because otherwise you end up kind of snaking all over the place. And when you're snaking all over the place, it is not as efficient on length of track, or mainly anything. Oh boy. That made my bumhole cringe, I tell say that for a fact. Oh no, it's all the way down there! What a nightmare. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I did not want it to be all the way down there. At all. Because that's a real pain in the backside. So that's the node that we're going for, just down there. Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you, S&T? But I guess I feel like when you do something repetitively, one or two things happens. You either one, become really good and really efficient at it, or two, you get RSI. And I'm hoping that they're really good at it. Otherwise it would become RSI simulator. Right, we're going to have to start taking this going down. Which, building downwards in this way is a pain. And I can't explain how much of a pain it is, if I can show you. So I literally have to go down in steps. Unless we take it out wider. I should bother to try this. I might have just fixed the super annoying problem that I think I've always had. No. Yeah, it does that. So, Toshkana, I've got everything unlocked, just so you know. The issue you have is that with the foundations, are we talking the double ramps, these double ramps? They will be better, you're right. Oh my goodness. You're my hero. You've just become my hero. Thank you so much. It was just a reminder of maybe you should use this instead. Oh my goodness. It's like... Problem solved. Why did I never think of this? Dookie K, oh thank you so much. Much appreciated, dude. Now we're gonna... I'm kind of feeling like I should have started coming down sooner. Because now I have to build the station. But on the plus side, we can build the station out, and there's going to be loads of space for it. But how have you been, Duke? Duke, I feel like I haven't seen you for ages. So what I'm going to do is we need to take advantage of the... Oh, trees. I'm not going to take advantage of the trees. Let's make sure we've got plenty of clearance, I think. Everything looks alright. Just screw that tree in particular. Right, train station's going to go in, except it won't because it says it's too steep. Even though it's not, because you will let me put it there, really. It's going to go a little bit wider, and then we'll remove it after, because this isn't the final version. Are you just keeping out the way? Ah, you don't have to do that. So the train's going to be coming in from this direction, I think. This is the small problem with building something this large. I'm going to have to go and put all the track in soon, because I feel like I haven't. We're going to do the entry platforms so we get the right size. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is how big each train station is so far. Except of course what we have to do is we have to remove the last one. And actually a train station that direction goes in. Because you have to put the train station in first, you can't put in the empty freight platforms. Now what, I don't have to put this in. I do have to put it in, you know? It's one of those things where if I didn't, how wrong would it look? You can't just have a hovering train station. Despite all of the hovering bridges we've got, I have my limits. So, let's go a quick save, because I'm a little nervous about the water. Yeah, it's quite deep. And we can't swim properly in Satisfactory, really. It looks like you can, but the truth is you really can't. Like, right, I'll go around the other way. That double ramp thing though, that's I wish I'd known that. I've got some really good examples of times when I really should have known that on this save as well. build out the edges. The fun bit will come when I decide that I need to color code everything. Oh, don't do that. What is that? What? Okay. That's weird. Let's just assume, I mean... Does that go into the ground? No. No, it doesn't. But I want it to. Because whilst it doesn't make a huge difference, I will know. And that's no good. Right, we're going to power the train station. Now, as mentioned before, I am kind of going pure creative here. So it means that I can just bung stuff down. Because you need to get back up there. Maths is hard, and counting can be difficult, but keeping things in your memory for long periods of time, involving numbers, super difficult for me. In particular, I am going to blame dyslexia for that. Yes! 36 and still making the same excuses I did at school. See, there are certain things I like to do when building that I like to do for looks. So for example, the pillar base here, whilst it is kind of, it's embedded slightly on one side, and then on this corner here it's not quite got it. So I put a corner top in, oh sorry, pillar top in the other way around, and so that way it kind of looks like it's one thing, rather than having that jank. Like this here, I'm probably going to do the same thing. And it's like you can't even tell. So, right, that's the Caterium node. And this should be pure. It is. So I'm going to mark 3 down on that. Place. There we go. Change it to 780 because 780 is the maximum that conveyor belts can carry. So anything above 780 coming out of a miner at current present update is useless. No one knows when the next update is going to come either, because Coffee Stain have been saying they don't know, they're on holiday all the time. I feel like I don't believe them. But still, if we do get Mach 6 conveyor belts, they should be interesting. It will change everything. Yeah, there's something I'm ready for Mark 2 pipes actually, because it doesn't make sense that you can have like the liquid resource nodes that can output 300. Like water, when overclocked, will output 300. That's fine, but then you've got oil, and oil can actually output much quicker. So it's like they've thought about it and it's prepared. Plus, if you want to have a central pipeline, you can't. You have to have mass pipelines on top of each other's. Vortex, will I use them? I don't know. Well, I think they're going to be I think there's talk of them being made out of heat sinks. Or they require aluminium sheets plus heat sinks or something like that. For those people that file dip. And to be honest, I feel like because there's no story or no secret things to find or no first credits in what is essentially a single player game, I don't think there's any harm done. No harm, no foul. Now, I kind of had an idea that I'm not going to do. Vortex, I probably would. I think I probably would. Just a quick little idea. They didn't come. No, won't work. I was thinking it'd be cool if I had like a one thing come out and then drop it down. And have supports. If it would reach out and touch on those, but it doesn't quite, so we won't do that. Alan, I guess that's cool. And how old is the girl? And did you get invited to come round and play in the paddling pool? Because if you did, why are you still here? Any chance to cool off? Okay, Alan. Okay. She's 29. And asking if you could inflate it. Dude, that's an invitation to go round. Go round. Inflate the paddling pool. Use the paddling pool. I'm focusing purely on the cooling off aspect here. You should be doing it. I'm trying not to say that, Vortex. So you don't have a bicycle pump, Alan, or lungs? Which is going to be absolutely awful. I mean, I couldn't do that. See, everyone's picking up what was left unsaid. Right. Well, Alan, if you've got no means to which to inflate the paddling pool, yeah. Just kind of, yeah. That's obviously what you meant. Yeah. The reason why I've come back on this train is because I don't like leaving trains all over the place. These little trains left all over the shop. It's important that we tidy up. Okay. Let's look at the map. We've got one. Nope. We start over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got number 11 is up over here, and then we need number 12. 12 inputs. Now on the interactive map, it's over at the top, at the very top, like just in this pool up here. So I guess that's where we're going. But I imagine most people. Imagine most people at this point. Everyone's looking forward to more thunderstorms today. That's being British, talking about the weather to stop embarrassing Alan, and I feel like oh God, David, no, stop. I think yeah, we're all kind of looking forward to more storms, which should be starting where I am within the next half an hour or so. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, it would be lovely if they did, please. I'm going to quickly stop here though, because I don't like the way that just ends. And now we're all about that double ramp action. Let's use that. Toshkana, yeah. I mean, I did actually start talking about the weather. Spooky, questionable tastes in fiction. Gee, I mean, there is. I know there's Caterium just up here as well. Wait, have I picked that one up already? No, I ignored it. Maybe I should have gone for that. How am I now just learning that there is a horn on the train? Don't you saying weather? I say weather. Thank you very much. Say, what's the weather in the UK? Hot. Very, very hot. Hot enough that a religious girl buys a paddling pool and then asks Alan to come round to inflate it. That hot is what it is. Unfortunately, I know someone was hoping for a dramatic derail and death there. That didn't happen. But yeah, it's so hot that you're learning Cockney. Oh, well, it doesn't really exist anymore. Old Cockney. So I need to change it so this is going directly north. Kind of. Oh, this is a problem. This is actually a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go for... Because on the map there's another Caterium node up here. I think we're going to have to come up, around, down that way. And this is going to come straight back. Because it won't... It doesn't fit in with a plan. That's right. I have a plan. because it's not like we can go. It's just going to be, because what will happen is that it will cut off too much of this part of the map, which I need for turning space. Right, so David, let's do a quick quiz for you. Apples and pears. See how good your Cockney rhyming slang is. Apples and pears. Oh no. Excuse me guys, someone set their building on fire. Sorry about that, guys. That is some of our idiot neighbours. Because not all the flats. Yeah, it was the fire alarm, which are all linked together in our flats that we live in. So if one person sets their kitchen on fire or burns some toast, even, what happens is that it causes everyone's alarms to go off in their house, which I'm not happy about at all, in any way, shape, or form. When having them installed, I actually said, "Oh, so when someone burns toast, is my alarm going to go off then?" They said no. That was a lie. And as somebody who has tinnitus, the last thing that I need is more ringing in my ears. So right now I can't hear a thing. Also, it scares the crap out of Clive. He's a cat with a heart condition. Like, yeah, they and it's a particular neighbour as well. So annoying. Like, honestly, it's so annoying. I can't begin to explain. But we've had it before where it's been the middle of the night and we've wanted to go outside. But yeah, the flats are mainly laid out in a very, very similar way. So like, you walk in through the front door, you've got your hallway, bathroom, and then that leads into like your living room, right? These one set of people don't. Theirs is the other way around, where they've got their kitchen. So it means they've got a fire alarm, a smoke alarm directly over the top of where they cook. And I'm pretty sure they're the ones that just smoke weed all the time as well, which I'm not a fan of. Do it if you want, but if you're doing it in your own home, I shouldn't be the one smelling it. So, just saying. Right. I need to get it so it's going north. What's going to be the easiest way for me to do this? But okay, back to the Cockney rhyming slang thing. It's not only that, David, is that it's a legal requirement now because of the Grenfell fire. That happened a few years back. But we have to have them. And they have to be connected and disconnected and stuff. And whilst I appreciate the fact that my safety is there, I also had to pay for a new door at the time as well. And the work was a nightmare when it was done. And it also cost thousands of pounds out of my pocket as someone who owns their flat. So I was pretty miffed about it all. But that's excitement, isn't it? A bit of excitement for everyone. But yes, now, apples and pears is stairs, by the way. I mean, considering most fires start in the home, in the kitchen, you'd expect it to be a bit of a requirement when you vortex. But yeah, it's always the same people, so I have no sympathy or patience for it. Alan, to be honest, if I had a choice, I would definitely go for a detached house. That would be the way forward. You know, that way, if your neighbours are loud, you can just call the police and be like, screw 'em. You know, like, and they've got to be really loud at that point, as opposed to here. One of our neighbours snores, and sometimes we hear it. It's like, great. Yeah, I'll put up with that, David, because finally, yeah, having an evil minion and an evil companion would pay off. Yeah, right now I'm resisting the temptation to turn around and ask Mrs. Plater if the ringing's still going, because I can't really tell. I don't think it is. No. Right, I guess we need to start going up, and we're unfortunately lined up with that big chunk of what looks like coral. Oh, the double ramp, it's beautiful. And to be honest, we might as well take it all the way up over the next mountain ridge as well, or as close as we can. And yeah, I'm going to need multiple trains for sure. Right. Crap. Not what I wanted. So we might have to keep going up. Oh, it's It's gonna be close. It's so close. So if I start coming up about 2 before. Should have really touched down. Hey Gary, how you doing, fella? So yeah, if we start going up from there instead, we now know that that should have enough elevation to get us over the top. What should not work? Or should we just not quite enough now? Nah, we're good. Good. I guess whilst we're here, we'll grab the slug. Okay, I'm going to take it up one more to prevent any possible issues in the future. I'm also looking at that train line, and it doesn't look straight. I'm trying really hard not to be triggered by it. And the plan kind of being that I'll ignore it and pretend it's not there. Is it? It's not, is it? But it is. Who knows at this point? Apparently this is the noisiest time of day where I live. I'm so determined to get the Caterium finished today. I honestly didn't think it would take as long as it has already. Minus interruption. Now, like I was saying earlier, there is a good reason why it's excessive. Everything's excessive with regards to the height of the buildings and the spacings, is because where I'm going to be using, well, everything from around the map, I need to make sure I've got enough space. Because you can already see another train line in the distance. Right. Take this up. Put in some random chicanes. No. That's it. That's all I've got to say to that, Alan. No. I mean, we are pretty much going due north, so it should be. Some bits of the map that you don't normally get to see unless you're proper hardcore exploring. And we can finally see home. Alan, that sounds weirdly terrifying for lots of different reasons. So I will take your advice. No, I can't do that. They're trains and they only go a certain way round. You don't get to mess with the trains. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Right, we'll have to go back and do all of that. But whilst we're here, I feel like there should be at least one support somewhere, and of all places it should be here. Wow, that's symbolic of some kind of complex that you have? So what I'm going to need to do now is I think I'm probably going to have to zip over to right, pull the track up. That's what we'll do. And then we're going to start building from the other direction. I've got a good idea of what we need to do. And in case you're wondering what these trousers are made from, mithril. That's how we skid down stuff. So I'm going to pull the track up to the top of there. I don't think we're going to be making poo knives, Alan. Not in this factory. And I feel like there's people who are watching who don't know what a poo knife is. And I've got to make it really super clear. This is something I read on the internet. I did not know that I did not know that poo knives even existed. Didn't know, not a clue. So this is not like I'm saying it's someone else and actually it's me. Duchess, hey, how you doing? This is vastly superior to No Man's Sky in the way it looks. But you can't modify near the terrain. So there is that. So basically there's this thing on the internet, let's have a read through one of these crappy articles like It was like I was today years old when I found out a poo knife isn't a real thing. So there's this guy. He went around his girlfriend's house, and he went around for dinner, and he had to use the facilities. So he went, used the facilities, came back, and asked her, "Where's the poo knife?" She's like, "What the hell's the poo knife? What's the poo knife?" And he had to go through and explain that a poo knife is something that his family keeps in the bathroom next to the toilet, so that if you were to have a particularly large movement, you could use the poo knife to break it up. So, poo knife. That's all that is. Bizarre. Not me. Not anyone I know. Some random dude on the internet found out that poo knives were not real things. Oh, the thing that gets me, Alan, is it said boyfriend, not ex-boyfriend. So I guess so. I guess so. Right, we need to go... Actually, I've got a better idea. We are going to use one of our fancy little tilted jump pads, I think. Because we are kind of just creating around it. Yeah, I don't think people typically go round someone else's house for dinner on a first date. Oh, and it was their family's house as well, so it wasn't even like it was just a... But yeah, poo knife. It's apparently a thing, and this guy has one, his family has them. Like, God, how was that the solution your family came up with, though? You know? Like, why? Why? I have no doubt that it works, but why? But it's the do you have one? It's a where is it? It's that complete kind of that's indoctrination. If ever there was one. Or if there was some. Fully indoctrinated into the existence of the poo knife. So what I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to change the order of the train stations a little bit. At the main hub. Because thinking about it, the way we've come down, because we're not going off over there now, because otherwise it was going to be all the way up in this corner, but we've come kind of straight line, so we'll do Caterium off this one instead. Duke, you have a crap saw. Not poo knife, but a crap saw. Okay. I don't believe you. But okay. It's the... What are you talking about? I've got a chainsaw. Or a stool chainsaw. No! Ah, see, this was going to be limestone. Good. Because limestone can actually go anywhere, because it's just a building material. And it's not really necessary for anything. So, and it makes sense to have the metals coming into the same place, I suppose. Right. Caterium. A stool saw. Oh. Do you have to specify it's a chainsaw? Spooky. Get help. Stop. Get help. Please. I mean, to be fair, the term poo knife, Alan, could be... You could kind of compare it to, I don't know, like a knife made of poo, or a knife that isn't very good. Thanks, Spooky. It's out of your best interest, buddy. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to draw this out until it's out and past the other train station. Well, I noticed a sharp drop in people watching once we started talking about the poo knife, so I'm probably going to move away from the poo knife talk now. As enjoyable as it might be. No, I went into Alan. Never apologise for being who you are, Alan. Now, I did watch of all things, I watched Jurassic Park 3 yesterday, or sitting there roasting and being too hot, and it was not a lie. It's actually bad, isn't it? Like, it's not good. Right. So I feel like we need to go. I'm gonna follow up next to this train line. Do that because I want to keep the space tight. I felt like it wasn't anything really original, and there was no dinosaur tease. It was immediate, here's the big bad, wasn't it? It was that kind of like, oh, by the way, there's a bigger dinosaur in than the T-Rex. Like zero kind of, oh, how does that come up at that angle then? Guess we'll just keep building across. But yeah, there was no tease for it. It was like a bam, Spinosaurus. Enjoy. It was like a, wait, is everyone going to be okay with that? Oh yeah, it's fine. All they want to see is more dinosaur. So actually, don't tell me what I like. David, it's probably going to be more like a Golf GTI, mate. And a small Winky is more likely to be that. Ah, right. Here's something I should consider. There's a car park nearby. That's what it is. So Duke, I am 100% a good VR title, a Star Wars VR title. I mean, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? That's 1, 2, 3. And then we'll take this up to be in line, because why not? Although it's slightly not in line, let's pretend it is. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Star Wars Squadrons. I think it's going to be good. Although I'm trying to avoid getting hyped for it. I'm hoping the Vive does it justice. That's what I've got. Should be fine. But the fact that it has HOTA support is good news. That's like really good news to me. Because if it turned out it wasn't, and that's not how it worked, that'd be a bit rubbish. But, oh yeah, we're actually not doing HOTA support? Like, what? And then you can cue the, no, you were the chosen one! Oh, Kuro, how did that work out? Oof. Now I actually played the closed, is it a closed beta? The closed beta for Anthem, and I was like, oh okay, it's a bit. It felt very MMO-y more than anything, and whilst it was cool, the concept is cool. It just didn't. It wasn't, was it? It's not how it turned out in the end, which is a bit of a shame. And I always say a bit of a shame because that would be bad for people that paid money for it, you know? Now. Still waiting for a game. Yeah. Also that moment I've realised I've not come out far enough on this side. Well, we don't have enough space for that curve on the track. We've got till October, haven't we, to wait until Squadrons comes out. Who knows, I might win the lottery. And treat myself. Right. It's not possible, Alan. That's the reason why we don't have one, is because it's not possible. I'm not just saying no to be awkward. I'm not just saying no because I'm mean. We have a technical limitation. Oh no, it's not far enough even there. I mean, that should be... How do I do this one? I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay. Yeah, it's not far enough out. Still. God, I hope I've got enough space by the time we get to that end one. It's... I don't think I'm going to be able to do those things you want, Alan. I am sorry. I mean... I kind of need it to be... right there. That's fine, that's okay. And now from there we can go straight up. Train lines can be very kind of finicky. I think that's the right word. Could we go up one more? It feels like we should be able to go up one more. No downward spiral either, Alan. Can't do it. There is actually some physics involved in the game that stop us from being able to do it. Okay, let's get this track put in. Does everyone remember the like dance act chicane from back in the 90s? I'm gonna show my age a bit. Anyone remember that? Because if you do, you must be old too, so well done. Oh, it looks like we're not getting thunderstorms after all. That seems to be what's happening here. It's kind of a... looking forward to that. Huh. Okay. I kind of want this to be exactly the same, but it won't be. Thought. Okay, it goes to there. Oh. Hopefully we built this bit. Not sure how far I need to come out, so build ourselves a scaffold and then Take it back in. So, 1 over. Here's the answer. Let's not fall off the edge though. So we need to get all the way over to over there. I think we'll straight line it. What microwave fries though, Alan? I'm worried about you too. Because microwave fries, they're not exactly very good, are they? As far as things go. Yeah, I think we're going to start coming up again. I think that's going to be the smartest thing to do. And that looks in line from here. I do feel like I should talk you out of having microwave fries though, Alan. Because microwave fries, man. It's like, stop. Get help. Please. Now, these two things won't line up. I know that. And that is okay. Although, that's damn near close. Like, these are built on two separate... Thankfully, it's not like one of those situations where it's like you meet in the middle of a bridge and be like, oh no, we've really messed this up. That's thankfully not how Satisfactory works. That's good. Right. Minimal kind of messing around on the track. It's always the worry when you build something like this. Like, yeah, sure, it's got a slight kind of a kink to it, but I think that's alright. And now the reason why I'm leaving that bit down there is because of you can only build tracks of a certain length. They can either, if you have them too short, they won't work. And obviously they can't be too long. So do a little bit of trickery. Right, so Duchess, the good thing is that it has a little bit of a handhold, so it's got a very short tutorial. I'm going to say it's very easy to learn, but then more difficult to master. It's one of those types of games. So the learning curve is flat, but it's long. There's a bit of grind, but what happens is that you combat the grind through your gameplay, if that makes sense. So the longer you play for, the less grind you actually end up with. I think I might just do that. Yeah, do that. Plus, it's as complicated as you want it to be. That's what I'd say. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You can build slightly smaller if you want, but the rewarding gameplay is in the size that you build. The more complicated the factory is, the more rewarding it is when it works. Especially that sweet efficiency. But yeah, plus you can upgrade everything that you do as you go through and all that. So I'm building at top tier straight out of the gates because I can, which for me will work because of what I'm doing. But the real challenge is going to be making it all fit in one ginormous tower. Which is kind of the plan. Duchess, no, it is just me. So you have, what you can do is if you have friends who play the game, you can open up a world to friends only. And it does use the Epic Games friend system as a note, because I know lots of people have a problem with Epic. Obviously it's on Steam as well, you can purchase it on Steam. And you can have it easy that a closed world is invitation only or a friends only world, so friends can come and join anytime they want. So you could log off and then they come back in and it's like, hey, what have you been doing? At least I think you can. I've never done that, so I don't know. I've only done invite only bases because I'm really peculiar about stuff like this. Anyone who's played Conan with me, of Conan Exiles, will know that I like things a certain way. I normally get left in charge of the base building. But then I haven't played Conan for months. I was waiting for it to go because they were going to do it was going to be the free game on Epic, and I was really looking forward to that because I thought that would be a great opportunity to go in and just absolutely own people because they haven't played it before. But then, no. For some reason it got cancelled. I think they had a lot of issues with it. I'm the ideas man. That's me. Right, so I'm going to do that thing that I do with the train. You jump in a train. I'm going to take it back to where we were. Remove the one that was there. Yeah, that slight little kink there, we'll pretend it's not there. Barely noticeable. I do love the sounds though. It feels very accurate. Hang on. Oh, are you serious? Apparently, I didn't quite get the track right here. Which is good. That's fine. That thankfully slowed me down. So that means from here we've got an almost complete line. No, that wasn't a fart. That was me moving in my chair. And it's almost there. It's almost a full loop. Once we've done the full loop, we can put the autopilot on. And when we put the autopilot on, hopefully it will just work. What I do want to do is take out this concrete that's along here. Because you don't have to worry about any support system. Come on. Is my impatience kicking in? So since the line is near completion, which means I start to get impatient. And I'm aware this might look like spaghetti. Nice. So we've got two more things to plumb in. I say plumb, it's not the right word. Two more lines to put in. Two more stations. And this line will be complete. Now, I think what I'm going to do though, because I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I hate to tease the fact that I've not finished it yet, with the way it is, but we will be definitely dipping back into this world on another stream, because I'm making really good progress now. So we get in there. I am going to call time for the stream, guys. So I am going to do my usual thanking everyone for coming and watching and joining in and having a chat. I do appreciate it. You could spend your time anywhere, but you choose to spend it chatting to me, which I really appreciate. At the same time, if you did enjoy the stream, do make sure that you hit the like button on YouTube. Also, if you haven't already and you want to, you should follow on Twitch and also subscribe on YouTube for further updates and things and gameplay and streams and all that stuffs. So I'm going to say once again, thank you very much to everyone who's been watching. Commander Playset, out.